Hey guys, Dave here. If you're anything like me, you just love spaghetti, but plain old spaghetti gets a little bit boring because it's just spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. So I decided to make up some baked spaghetti, but just not plain old baked spaghetti. I added a bit of a twist. So let me show you how to do this. So let's start by adding some salt to a pot of water, and the salt does a couple of things. It makes the water boil slightly faster and adds a bit of flavor. Now the water is boiling, we'll throw in about 300 grams of spaghetti, depending on how many people you're serving. And we'll just boil this up for about 10 minutes or so until it is al dente. Of course, once it's cooked, we'll go ahead and drain it and set it aside. Okay, now let's grab up a jar of urban garlic spaghetti sauce, and we're just going to add a little bit to the bottom of a 9x9 casserole dish. Now this is store-bought stuff, and I've been asked by a few people to do a homemade recipe for spaghetti sauce, and if you're remotely interested, just drop a comment in the comment section. Now we are going to grab up some of that pasta that we set aside and add a layer to that spaghetti sauce, and just kind of spread it out evenly. And I should mention a little tip here that when I drain my pasta, I add a bit of olive oil to it and stir it around, that way it doesn't stick together. Then more of that wonderful sauce over top of the pasta. Season with a pinch of salt, which is about half a teaspoon or so. Sprinkle about a good teaspoon of Italiano seasoning, and I say in most of my videos that I use this stuff on all the time. It's filled with different herbs. I just love it. It's another seasoning to add to your must-have spice rack. Of course, as always, some fresh ground black pepper and about a teaspoon of that. I'm also thinking about doing a live on mandatory or herbs and spices you should have in any kitchen. If you're interested, drop a comment on that. A good teaspoon of dried basil. Now here's the thing, guys. If you can get fresh basil, by all means use it. It is so much nicer, believe me. And you guessed it, a good handful, I'd say about 3/4 of a cup of that ooey gooey grated mozzarella. And if you can get a good mozzarella, it is well worthwhile paying the little bit of extra for. Okay, let's continue on our merry way with another layer of pasta. I mean, it is baked spaghetti and there's gotta be pasta. And just kind of move it around so it's nice and even and, looks all pretty. Some more of that spaghetti sauce, and we are getting down, well below halfway on that jar now. And as a matter of fact, my friends, we are going to go all wild and add all the rest on. And sometimes a cheat trick I'll do is just add some water to the bottom of the jar and swirl it around and get that little extra bit out. Well, I know, I'm cheap. Now remember I said we're going to add a little twister trick to it? Well, here we go. I'm going to put on some pepperoni. Yes, pepperoni, and you're going to laugh at me and say, that dadgum fool pepperoni. Believe me, it is absolutely spectacular on this baked spaghetti. Try it. I mean, I dare ya. You guessed it, some more mozzarella. I mean, you can't get enough mozzarella. And right about now, you probably know the drill and you could fast forward the video, but yeah, I know you want to stick around just for entertainment value. And you guessed it, some more Italian seasoning. Another teaspoon or so of dried basil, and remember, if you can, get the fresh stuff. Alrighty then, now we're going to slip this into a 360 degree Fahrenheit, 190 Celsius preheated oven for about 20 or 25 minutes until that cheeses melt down and everything is baked through. After about 25 minutes, just look at this, guys. Doesn't this look absolutely incredible, and it smells so good. Simple, easy, maybe even the world's easiest baked spaghetti with a pepperoni twist. Oh, come on, you gotta love it. So let us grab up our spoon and dig in here. Just look at that ooey gooey goodness coming from that baked spaghetti. And lift it up, guys. And isn't this spectacular? I'm trying to be all dainty and professional here, but it's not really working. It is spaghetti. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so good. Everybody is just going to go crazy over this. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and serve this up with a garden salad and some garlic bread, and it will be a meal fit for a king or queen. So as always, my friends, if you are hungry for more, like, and subscribe.